All right, let's dive into something straight out of science fiction that's actually happening. Xpeng's wild new flying vehicle system. But here's the twist. The most amazing part of this flying car might just be the part that never ever leaves the ground.
I know, it sounds kind of backward, right? We've been dreaming about flying cars for, what, a century? But Xpeng just rolled out a system that completely flips the script, where the ground vehicle might actually be the real star of the show.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This was the chatter on the ground when they unveiled it. You have people who would never ever look twice at a van suddenly saying, I need that. It's become this object of desire, which is just incredible for a vehicle that's basically a garage for another vehicle. So yeah, let's talk about this mothership, because this is not your parents' minivan, and it's not a work van. No, this thing is a whole different animal, built for a very specific, very futuristic job. I mean, this chart really lays it all out. On one side, you have the typical van, functional, boxy, gets the job done. But then you look at the Xpeng Mothership. It's got this sleek, almost aggressive look, and its whole purpose in life is to carry, protect, and recharge the flying part of the duo. It's your mobile mission control. Okay, so the van is awesome, but it's really only half the story. The true genius here is how these two pieces, the ground vehicle and the air vehicle, are designed to work together as one seamless system. Xpeng actually calls it a land aircraft carrier, and honestly, that's the perfect way to describe it. You've got this massive carrier on the ground and then the smaller aircraft that launches from it. It's a totally new way of thinking about personal flight. So, the big question is, why split them up? Well, it all comes down to one thing: weight. Think about it. Every other flying car has to haul heavy wheels, suspension, all that road stuff, up into the air, which is horribly inefficient. By separating them, Xpeng lets the van be a beast on the ground and the flying module be a super light, efficient aircraft. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this ground module, because the specs are, frankly, kind of mind-blowing. Get this, over 1,000 kilometers of range. That's more than 620 miles. We're not talking about a quick trip here. This thing is built for serious, long-haul adventures, taking you way, way off grid before you even think about hitting the fly button. And here's the tech that gets it done. It's an extended range EV, meaning it's got a big battery, but also a backup generator, so you never have range anxiety. It uses a modern 800-volt system, which is just a fancy way of saying it charges super fast. And it has a legit 6x6 all-wheel drive system. Oh, and rear-wheel steering to help you park this beast. And make no mistake, it is a beast. It's as long as a Cybertruck. All right, now for the part that actually flies. Let's take a look at the air module, what it can do, and just as important, what it can't do. So, you see these numbers, and you might think, 30 minutes, 30 kilometers, that's not very much. And you'd be right. But that's the whole point. This isn't for flying between cities. This is for that final leg of the journey, hopping over a river, getting to that perfect remote viewpoint, or just skipping some gnarly off-road terrain. And this right here, this is the secret sauce. This is where the whole system just clicks. That limited flight time doesn't matter because the Mothership is a mobile charging station that can give you 5 or 6 full recharges. So you can fly for a bit, land, juice up in about 18 minutes, and go again. A 30-minute flight time just became a whole day of flying adventures. So how do you make this thing light enough to actually fly efficiently? Well, you make a huge chunk of it, over 42% of the airframe in fact, out of carbon fiber. It's all about using these advanced lightweight materials to make flight possible. Now you're probably wondering, okay, but I'm not a pilot. Well, according to Xpeng, you don't need to be. They claim the average person can learn the basics in about 5 minutes. It's all simplified. One button to take off, one to land, and a simple joystick to fly around. It's all about making this tech accessible to, normal people. Okay, this all sounds incredible, but let's bring it back down to earth for a second. What's it going to cost, and when could you actually buy one? So, the big number. For the whole package, the van and the flying module, you're looking at a price tag of around $287,000 US. Now, that is obviously a ton of money, but for what is literally a first-of-its-kind machine, it's actually not as insane as you might think for the high-end adventure market. And apparently, a lot of people agree. The company's already sitting on over 10,000 pre-orders, mostly from China. So yeah, the interest is definitely there. And this isn't some concept car that's 10 years away. They are moving fast. Production is supposed to start at the end of 2024, with the very first ones getting to customers sometime in 2025. They're even building a massive new factory just for this, aiming to eventually crank out 5,000 of them a year.
So, what do we make of all this? Is it just an incredible toy for the super rich, or is it something more? Let's zoom out and think about what this could really mean. This is really the most important thing to get. Xpeng isn't trying to just build a car that flies. They're trying to create a whole new category of vehicle. Their big goal is to industrialize the low-altitude economy. Basically, to open up the skies right above our heads for everybody. I absolutely love this quote that somebody used to describe it: a personal adventure yacht for the sky. It just perfectly captures the whole idea. This isn't about your daily commute. It's about freedom, exploration, and having a base camp for adventures that were literally impossible before. And that really leaves us with the big final question. For all these years, everyone was trying to mash a car and a plane together into one vehicle. But maybe the breakthrough we've been waiting for all along was to just stop doing that and instead create this perfect partnership between the ground and the air. We're about to find out.